Hi everybody, it's the weekly Noyantis Usergroup Meeting. Myself and John are your hosts. Today is the 25th of August 2017. As usual, anyone who's got any questions or ideas or problems, feel free to raise a hand, type it in the question box, so on and so forth. We all get the idea. A quick update, because we've all been waiting for the Kojak version 18 compatibility build. That is out, but it's not got the new theme settings. And what I mean the theme settings, I mean, let's just bring this one up. Like so. This is actually it working and so on. So now you can choose one of the predefined, we could say Office 2013, and it will build you the list accordingly. Or you could say Office 2010 and the list. And basically, those settings, it was going to hold the build up again too long to be able to make the changes into all the products, because there's 13 products now in the Kojak suite alone. So what I've done is I rolled the number on for everybody. So a 3.57 has now become 3.58, and a 3.54 has become a 3.55, and so on. And the main change of just that build is literally just the Kojak version 18. But also it's one of David Patterson asked, I'll just open the mic, the C55 compatibility code, which was at the start of the class, and they're gone as well. So you'll be glad to know that, Dave, or David. So basically, they're out. They're downloadable now, so you can start using your version 18 and so on. These other changes, they're in progress, but what I'm going to do is, you can see the build is going to go up to version 4, and it's going to include the resource, because there is going to be a hit when you upgrade to the next version. You're going to have to go and start re-specifying the theme setting. It's a one-off hit, so my thinking was, if we're going to do that, then we might as well introduce the resource extension at the same time, and if people are going to do the one-off hit, they're only ever having to do it once only. So that's the reason behind it. That's it from the update this week. Installers are there. Give them a run out, and yeah, any problems, obviously, let me know sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they got my mic working. Thanks, Andy, for including that.
It's no problem. It was again, it had been part done in some, part as I've been going in and out of them. So while I was quickly just doing the build, I thought I might as well go through all the classes, and then just recompiled everything. Everything seemed fine from my point of view here. Didn't have any problems. It was only old C55 code anyway, which officially we did drop support for a long time ago.
You're talking about for the duplicate.
Yeah,
labels also then. Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah, so that's gone. You shouldn't get it in this in the new build.
Oh, cool. That's pretty nice.
So yes, basically that's the idea. So hopefully you all agree, and it's the best way forward. So when the version 4 comes out, all of the products will have the resource compatibility in them, and you'll just have to go and re-specify the theme setting once and once only. But if you're using the new theme, the new resource, you'll be doing that anyway. So I think that's the best point of attack for it. Okay. Okay. Now I know John's got a challenge, and it's been a while. So, and Alejandro's just got some questions as well. We'll go with John's first, only because John just said to me, literally, we've got a challenge. So we all like them, hopefully.
Hopefully, we'll see.
So, hit me.
Okay.
Easy or hard?
Report. Well, I don't know. It's a report control, inline editing, and word wrapping. So what I wanted to do, I mean, if you type in the line, it will keep going along a single line. But what I wanted to do is to make the line expand out as you're typing. And I researched it, and it seems like you could do it, but I couldn't get it quite to work.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's crack an example app open up, and we'll have a look. Just one other thing I forgot to mention is the videos. You've all been waiting for them, the previous user group videos, and they are going. In fact, you can see where I'm up to. That's the upload, and so we're only a few more weeks to go here now, so they're all up. I'll put the links on the Clarion Live wiki, of course, but they're all on the YouTube channel. So yes, that's uploaded, and I've created. Here we have a look. Let's publish that one. What I thought I'd make it easy is, obviously there's a load of videos, there's millions of them, so I'll put them into playlists of months, so you can see January, February, March, April. So, but the links will go on the wikis as well. So yes, so they are uploaded as we speak. Okay, let's just close that off. Quickly on the other monitor, just get us what we're after. Is report control, you say, John?
Yes, report control.
Okie dokie. 17. Wow, August already, nearly finished at that.
I know.
In fact, CIDC is only something like 7 weeks away now. That's quite scary.
I know. Yeah. And you need to do a Friday webinar too, I think. Huh?
I do, yeah. I think it's going to be more towards the CIDC. Although that particular product is coming on quite nicely. So that's good. That's good. Okay, so report control. There we go. So for the report control, do you have, just trying to think of the other thing, do you have variable height on the rows?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. It displays fine. It's just when you try to edit it,
okay,
it just does it all like in a single line. And it would actually be functional if, as you were typing it, just it got larger and larger. The cell got larger and larger.
Okay.
The row, I guess, would get larger and larger.
This will be the best one. I'll just make sure we've got, well, emulate your settings. I take it yours is equivalent of data bound. Well, it's not the equivalent of, I take it.
I'm trying to think what I did this one. I don't think it matters.
Really. I could say, for the example, I was just trying to match up, but okay, so we have appearance. Oh, not fixed height. That's good.
Check. Right.
Okay, yep. And for any
edit in place. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Allow row editing, yep.
Double click, yep, no problem. Yeah, I chose the edit in place example.
Okay, good.
So subject is as good as any.
Yeah.
And I've got word wrap on there.
Excellent.
Okay, so that's a pretty good.
Is that column? Oh, I guess it is. Oh, it's in place edit. Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
Yep. So
do it. Tell you got to get that music on compile going. So you can listen to stuff while it's doing it.
My this system seems to be going slow right at the end of a compile. I mean, this is a pretty fast machine, and yes, it's okay. This might be because of the not a problem. And this has got to change anyway. Yeah. Sorry, just 2 seconds. This is to do with the new theme changes. So yeah, sorry about that. Won't be a second. We retired a couple of variables, so that's why I want to bring it all into, so everything starts at version 4. I think it will be better for us. Sorry about this, everybody. None of these changes which I'm just doing here now will affect the basically essentially the same as what you already have, so it won't affect anything. Okay, let's just take a quick look at that. Don't you just hate it when this happens?
Yeah. Well, it never happens to me.
No, of course. Okay, we might end up with some questionable colour themes, but just while we're doing this, I'll just comment out the code, and I can come back to it in a second, because nobody's tuned in to hear some keys tapping, I'm sure. Okay. Okay, so got the edit in place, and we double click, say, this one. And what you're thinking, as you type, you want the actual width to grow. So,
the height, actually.
The height.
Like when you hit the end of that row, that column, it should look like that. It should just go to the next line and keep going. I mean, I can't see the whole thing. while I'm typing here.
No, of
I
course.
think it should wrap, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you want it to wrap.
Okay, so I mean, I can do the research, but you say you've seen it already.
Well, I researched it. I just sent you something in Skype that are a couple of things that I tried.
Okay.
Because it's got some things that you would think would work, but didn't seem to work.
Okay. Column edit style. Column edit style. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll open up the report control. And let's follow that through.
Yeah. I also tried setting the row to be just a fixed height. I can't remember that. Maybe that didn't work either.
Okay.
It's kind of the difference between me having to make it so that if you press enter, it would go right into the column and you start typing, or if you press enter, another window will pop up and then you can type just like you're typing in a text box. I'd like it to just be right there on the screen, but I can go the other way if I have to.
Right. So we've got the edit options. Because the basically column edit style is setting one of the styles from the edit options class or collection. So we want report record item. So report, where are we? Record item. Edit options. Edit control style. Which is a okay, let's have a look at what equates we have of that, and then we'll find out there. So it's XTP. Just got the open on the other window. What do you know? It says we haven't got them. Okay, edit control. Edit report style. Okay. Oh, we do have them. So it must have been a typo. Yep. You've got all these equates already. Yeah.
Yep. And I tried different combinations. They didn't seem to work the way you would hope. So I don't know. I thought I'd let you give it a go.
Okay.
Maybe I got the combinations wrong or something.
So as you're typing this, then you want that's obviously it's word wrapped, visually non-edit mode. So if we go into that, you'd expect it to be obviously in the same
two lines right now.
Yeah. And you press it enter. Yeah. Now you have to do control enter, which is quite common to put a carriage return in. So if I wanted to put just before the quick brown fox. But you would have to do control enter instead of enter, because enter is going to end the edit in place functionality.
Right. But even then, if you press control enter or something, it should
grow in its height.
It grow. Yeah, that'd be nice if it would grow as you were going.
I think there's two things. It's still not going to be fully correct, because you put in an enter in there using control enter is basically you're forcing the line break, whereas on the word wrap, I should imagine if I bring that down, yeah, now it's going to start looking a bit silly. Because I forced that, whereas if I hadn't, okay. I think we'll tackle the height first. Yeah?
Sure. I mean, doesn't that seem kind of unusable to you right there when you're just typing in a single line and you,
Yeah.
you know, you're trying to put a whole thought together and you don't know what you typed before? Quick brown fox.
Yeah. So on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. Well, let's have a. I suppose what we'll need to track here is what can we hook into to be able to, because it's going to be event driven. What can we actually hook into and work back from there? So what events are we going to have? Before, no, begin edit. Okay. What's that? Give feedback. Can't say that's something I actually recognise, to be fair. Oh, okay. In place edit changing. Wonder if that would help us. In place button is used. No. Thinking maybe value then. Do we have the equivalent of value changing?
Selection changing. That's the selection.
Yeah, I think that's just. No. It'd be nice if it'd give us the value changing. That'd be very nice. Oh, like so.
Look at that.
Oops, no. Occurs after the value of an item has been changed by the user, but before the new value has been set to the item. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Then let's have a look. We'll put a little counter down at the bottom and we'll increment the counter just to see as we're typing, does it get updated?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to use the event func for this. Any new users, this is probably going to scare the hell out of you. We're going. John's weekly challenge usually do go quite low, so we're going to listen for an actual event. In fact, actually, let's do it by the book. If you wanted to listen to for an actual dedicated event, you could go into here, go to the events and tell it to listen for, and it is case sensitive, value changing. So it will listen for value changing. And when that triggers, the event will trigger. And it will receive a name of which, because you might be listening for more. So we'll do param. I've not put it on the screen yet, just thought. Okay, let's just have a look if that actually helps us. And does it get called at any other times as well? because we want it to be very focused for this one particular task that we're trying to accomplish. Okay, definitely not there so far. That's good. We'll do a bit of usual things. That's good. So we come to this. Oh, don't really matter. That was a bit underwhelming. That's more. That's past tense. That's more changed, not changing. Okay. I suppose it's for validation. If you're changing something which can only receive A, B, and C, and you put a D in there, you could block it and cancel it. So, like a event rejected in Clarion. Okay, that's a bit of a shame.
No. So it's not while you're actively typing. It's when you press or something, right? Yeah.
So I suppose let's have a quick look at the events here. We have got key down. We could always check, are we in editing place mode, and trap for the key down. Bit of an overkill, but it would get us what we're after. Because I can't see any of this. So that's before it has, and that's past tense. Yep. Okay, we'll try key down. Okay. So if I just press, I'm obviously we're not in editing place mode, but I'm pressing the keys, and of course we're going to expect that because we're not chopping for one particular instance editing place.
No, it doesn't do it there.
Is there any others? I would have thought that might have done it for us if you want the truth. Sure, we're going to struggle a little on this one, John. Preview key down, no. Record dropped.
Well, I can always pop the window up.
That's what I was just thinking. Can you do like what Clarion does and just pop up with another text window?
Oh yeah. Yep, I could do that. It just would have been neat to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. Inline, yeah.
Yeah, agreed. But the thing, I mean, we can probably do some workaround. We've done it many times. But we need the events in the first place. That's our problem.
Well, if you were going to pop up the window, it would be any time you went into it.
Oh, you could trap it on the, if you wanted to pop up a window, you could do it along the lines of listen for the begin edit. There, begin edit.
Yeah, but still, yeah, ideally you still want to enter it in it, but
Yeah, I could just go the other way because it's looks like it's going to take a long time to figure out if you can even do it at all.
What's that? Return the handle of the currently used in place edit control. Yeah, just wondering if we could use that handle, pass it on to someone.
yeah. That might work.
Pass it on to what, though? That's the question. Sounds like someone's watching 24 in the background there. Going to struggle here, John, to be honest. Looking at this just to get the actual raw thing. We can look at the begin edit if that will help you. But yeah, we really need the actual just some kind of things as you're typing. One quick look on the online, see if we can see anything. Never give up, as you say.
It just seems like such an easy thing, right?
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah,
but it doesn't.
so report control. So somebody else asking here? No.
It's crying. Oh, he's having a different issue.
Yeah, no. Just wondered. And that's it. We don't want that one. We want the ActiveX anyway. Like I say, you can't be the first to ask for this. Oh.
Isn't it weird that you type in search and then you have to type it in again?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. I think they call it word break. If you search word break, maybe you get more hits.
Okay. Yep, can try that. Try it in here. Oh, what do you call it? All one word? Because I'm not sure.
I think so. What?
Turn on multi-line. So, yeah, let's have a look at that post.
Report control
In the footer. No, that's just a footer text. That's not really. That's not going to help us. Oh, auto V-scroll. Just 1 second. So it was a subject column, was it not?
Yeah.
there it is, edit style. Very crude, I know, but we'll just go there. And we want it to be, now let's have a look at the equates we've got, and the equates are in our equates file. So we will go with multi-line plus, saw that auto v-scroll, so we'll have that auto v-scroll as well, vertical scroll obviously. We don't need left because it'll be that by default. I tell you what, we'll just try uppercase just for good measure, so I can see it being applied, if you will.
What was that equate, Andy?
The equates there, yeah, auto v-scroll, vertical, well, yep.
Edit.
All around. Yep. XGP edit style.
That style out of these. Okay. Got it.
Okay. I think that was the one that fired up then, wasn't it? But let's just do it again, be on the safe side. Okay. So yes, we've got that. And I do. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely. So the capitals is kicked in. If I put a carriage return in there.
So it did it, but it didn't grow this row as you're doing it.
I know, but I put some forced some returns in there then. A, B, C, D, F. Oh. So that's actually, will it auto scroll? Yeah. Now it'd be nice if the next time you do it, it will be that. So, catch 22. You want it to, it looks like it only paints itself as to its current, the height of its current value, if you will, its content. And then as you're typing, it's not growing the row. Not until you're finished.
I think that would be okay. I mean, that's similar to a text box. I'm wondering if I could just set the row height as when I press the edit button. Could you set it to?
You could change it then, yeah. But what?
Like 5 rows or something.
Yeah, I mean, let's play here now. Begin edit. We might as well listen for.
Sorry, I had to grab a phone call, but what did you do to get it to do that?
Yep. Okay, just 1 second. We'll have that. It was the edit style, which when John John mentioned about particular edit styles, and then we'd looked on the CodeJock forum, and instead of us just using one edit style, you can see that they're actually using a combination. So they want auto vertical scroll, multi-line, and want return. Don't know what want return is. Can't say I saw it in our equates. Oh, yeah, it was there. Anyone have any ideas what that is?
I have no idea.
Want return.
I mean,
Would be like want return at the end of the lines, or it could be want return address, or it could be.
Well, I'll tell you what, we shall put it on. So what we did is we just overrode. We did it in the create columns at the end, basically. But yeah, let's put that on there as well. We'll soon find out what that does in a second. So now you want to set the height, don't you?
Yeah.
No, we're going to be there all day with that. Let's have a look at this one. Row fixed height, that's private. Right, no. Let's have a look at just looking for where we actually set the height there, John. Let's have a quick look for us.
The Skype I sent you. Set row fixed height. That's the one I found anyway.
Yeah, I think that's an overall setting. We want to manipulate just the height of one row.
Right.
Yeah, that. Yes, that's part of the paint manager. So that will affect all of them. So we want more edit options. It'll be. Do we have a particular paint manager for this? Well, I'll tell you what. Before we forget, let's have a quick look at what our other what the other property does. This won't return.
That does take a long time.
Yeah, I'm getting very mixed results. I don't know why. Not really started. I use a system called Toggle, which tracks time, but I've used that for a long time now. So I don't know what's changed, but definitely something else. Okay, so if I press return there, you don't have to press the control return. Return is just return.
Oh, okay, so that's all that does.
Of course, you've got the thing of how do you get out of it?
Wait.
Oh, now I have to press control return to get out. It's basically toggled them, if you will.
Oh, okay, I think that's okay.
Now, from memory, I think I've looked at this, and you can't control the one particular row's height. The way I thought about doing it in the past was to have a dummy, a hidden column, and change its icon to a 64 by 64 icon, thus making it grow.
Yeah, I think you could change a single row because they do it.
Yeah, but I think it all comes down to the before paint. They'll measure it at that point. I mean, obviously we'll have a look here, but yeah, I've looked in the past. Anything else about the expand on select. Not really telling us anything. Thank you for that. Yeah, got a button, item control, but you don't get it on a row. Yeah, sorry, John. I don't think you can. The only thing you could do, the way I started to look at it in the past, was change one of these icons and basically have an empty icon, which is something like 64 by 64 or whatever, which would then, because it's part of the paint, as you can see, if I go and get rid of those lines and then go back, it paints itself to just what's needed.
Does Kojak respond to support requests?
Yeah.
Well,
Mixed.
Mixed, okay. Because it might be a question for them. They could hopefully direct you in the right direction. Or say no.
Or say no.
I shall make a note. I can fire one across to them later. Ideally, it would be basically apply word wrap. Apply word wrap. Or word break, I should say, yeah. As you edit in place, including height. Yeah, I've got that.
It can't hurt.
Oh, it can't hurt. I mean, they've only just done 18, so I can't see it being one of the things that they'll add straight away. But could, in the meantime,
There might be some trick now. Something to do.
Yeah. Oh,
there
like
may be some trick. Yeah, something they know about.
We'll definitely fire it across. In the meantime, John, a bit of progress there for you, but I think it might be along the lines of tricking it with an icon. So, doesn't make it right. In fact, it's quite ugly, hacky, if you want the truth. But
and that may be their trick.
Call it edit icon. Width-wise, we'll have it visible just so we can see the actual icon being. Oh, if it's actually, remember rightly, if it's hidden, I don't think it paints because it's a paint manager which measures what's needed. We'll leave it visible to start with so you can see this. Yeah, so as we do the begin edit, I'll just try and change that icon. Very crude, just to see if it's going to, see what we're after. Is it going to accomplish what we're after? So it's along the lines of,
You just make your icon like a solid color to match the background. Right?
I would have it as transparent.
Yeah, transparent. Yeah.
Yeah. Icon. Because I can't remember what it is. Setup icon view. No, I think it's set row cell icon. If I remember rightly. Set row cell icon. Yeah. That will do. Oh, hang on. Row ID. I think I've got that compiled in temporarily, so I'll just use that. And if you pass it those two, you can say what size of icon, because obviously an icon can have various different sizes in it. By default, it will probably try and choose a 16 by 16 for the report control. I'm going to override that and say get the 32 by 32 icon. Okay, so choose this one. Okay, so you see it grow.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you want to trap it to come out and put it back as it found it, so it can do its own. But if I hide that, so we'll stick with that one row. But I want to hide that column, and I'm just not sure whether it'll have the effect for us.
I guess I could always make the icon like 1 pixel wide. So
I've got you.
wouldn't really notice it. Yeah, and just control the height with it.
Well, yeah, set the turn off the auto size for that column and have it. So now it's hidden. Yeah.
Yes, I can do that way. Okay.
Width 1. There you go. You're not doing anything.
Right.
Oh, I think I forgot to turn it off though.
You've got it set to 3232. Would you have to change that too?
No. That's just basically.
You just changed the width of the column. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But that 3232 is basically like an icon file can have numerous sizes in there. I'm just saying which one I wanted to go and get for me. So basically, we'll make it default it to the 3232. I'm not sure what the Noyantis one has in there. Probably quite a few actually. Just while we're waiting for that. Oh. Yeah, so there's 48 in there as well. In fact, we'll have a few. I don't know if you can go up to that with it, but now we've got quite a few to choose from. So that will at least give you like a minimum size, if you will.
Yeah.
We'll go 64. Something tells me that there is a maximum size that the report control icon will actually will apply, but let's have a look. Got me wondering whether this is my hard drive. I do create a lot of active backups, but I think I might be taking more.
Yeah.
Okay, so that.
Yeah, that looks pretty nice.
So if we can get it anymore. I think that might be your thingy, but we'll go 96. Okay. Was that bigger?
No, I don't think so. It's not the same size.
Yeah, not sure myself on that. And then last but not least, we'll try the 128. And we do also need to listen for another event. We'll listen for, is it cancel? Edit cancelled. Not told it to listen for it. Okay. Wow. There's definitely something going on with this.
Yeah.
Okay, open and close. And what about if I've edited? Need to know what the thing is. That was edit cancelled. We need to know what the flip side of a begin edit is, like the equivalent of after edit, if you will. I'm taking begin edit there before draw row. Oh no, crikey, no, definitely not. Actually, it can't be that before draw row. That would be a bit too much. You'd that wouldn't do it. suppose value changed would be what we'd be after.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so you got the idea. We can recap obviously in a second, but it's a very, very, very dirty fix, but at least it gives you some kind of default height. If they've got War and Peak in there, then you're not going to, you're not going to get it all, but at least it gives you something.
Yep, I think that'll actually work.
Does that count as a challenge met?
It counts as a challenge met, yes.
Now we've got some other questions. We'll finish up on this, but I know we've got a couple of others. So we go on to that. It opens. We type. Oh, and then so I pressed enter. Open, cancel. So open and escape. Open. Oops. Type. Control and enter. So in theory, if I did.
It's interesting. It's not like you need the 2 rows, though, isn't it?
It's only giving me a 2. Oh.
Oh, challenge not met.
Not met, yeah. Spoke too soon. Oh, that's crap, that. Yeah, gutted.
Huh, that's too bad. It seems like that would have worked.
Okay. Well, we don't have to do it now, but what we could do, John, if you wanted to say open it 10 lines, instead of setting the icon, we could have that other value. Just set the value: 1 carriage turn line, 2 carriage turn, 3 carriage turn, so on and so forth, giving you so tall for the hidden column. Well, 1 pixel column, let's call it. Instead of using an icon, just fill it with text.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Oops, not that one. So scrap the icon. Oh, it'd be nice to have a little icon, showing you which one's being currently being edited visually, but that's totally beside the point. Self set row cell caption, and we will do it on the edit icon. 1. Will it understand? Do you know what? It might not understand that. Yeah, of course. Still going to need the actual the row that you're working on.
I've never done that either, by the way. Yeah, this seems like it should work, huh?
Theory, not bad.
It seems like it should work. But it didn't.
Oh, we haven't set all the things to word wrap and so on and so forth for the extra column.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Yep.
That's really it. I'm actually going to give it 50 so I can actually, so I can see it. But we know we can set it to 1.
That is a long time.
Yeah. It's definitely something I'm going to. There's Windows updates, there's been antivirus updates, and of course, it could be hardware. I hope not, though. Okay, and close.
Oh, there you go.
And open. Now. Is it going to?
Oh yeah, well,
No.
no.
After all that.
It must be.
It's just looking at the actual content, if you will, the row height of it. Yeah.
I think I know how it might be done. You're going to have to do it before the begin edit because I think it's creating that edit cell or object before it's expanding the height. So
yeah.
Do it on the enter key, trap the enter key maybe, or the double click, the mouse click, and do it there, and then have it resize the row, and then have it start editing. Might do it.
I'm not sure it's going to be to do that extra column. I think it's going to be you're going to have to do this. It's taking the measurement, even though they've got the height and so on, taking the measurement of this physical data.
Oh, I see what you think. Yeah.
So I'm thinking whether it's actually you're going to have to add a load of carriage returns to that and then trim them off afterwards.
Gotcha. Yeah, but then when you start typing, it's going to start typing at the bottom.
Oh, crikey, yeah. Yeah, that's a... Oh, crikey.
It just gets worse.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying there, though. Yeah, it might not work there.
God, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it is. Well, we'll play with it later. There's other questions. Why don't we do those?
Yeah. I will, because that'll be a nice enhancement for the actual editing place as well anyway. Let me fire a question across to, I think it's Kirk who works on this. Fire a question across to Kirk. See if he can give us any pointers.
Okay.
Yeah. To be continued for next week.
Challenge to be continued.
Okay. So,
thanks, Andy.
No problem. Alejandro, microphone. Hello. Oh.
Hello, Andy.
Hi. How are you?
Very well, thanks. And you? Hello, John.
So.
Okay, Andy, can I show my screen, please?
Yep. Just 1 second.
Yes.
So you should get a question saying, "Show your screen."
So wait. Let me know when you are seeing my screen.
Yep. Oh, yes.
It's now?
Yep.
Okay, look. I want to know something about that. Can you see? Step by step is showing what's happened. Okay?
Yes, hang on. Just go back a little. I'm not quite following what you want.
Can you open the mic to Roberto, please?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Hi, Roberto.
Okay,
so
while Roberto is...
You're pressing products.
Yes, when I click if you see, is showing step by step what's happened in the report control, and I don't want to see this. Okay, I want to see directly this format. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, yes. I don't know why you're getting the step by step. What do you set the? Let me have a look at your code.
Okay. Roberto, ¿estás ahí? Wait.
Well,
it's SAML, no?
in source, okay.
Wait. This is not. What? Sorry, which code do you want to see?
Well, where do you set the content?
Okay. Let me see. Here. Here. Just here.
Okay, so
I put the caption and the value here. And I put the SAML code, data string theory object.
now do you have the XAML flag turned on to start with, where you say, let me have a look, just 1 second.
Yes.
Okay, set markup enabled. Where is that code?
Set mark.
Set markup. M-A-R-K-U-P.
Yeah. It's enabled.
Okay, so that is enabled to start with. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then where do you call your code? After that?
Let me see. And I want to see. I have for default, because I call my code, I put here if false, okay? And I call this.
Oh, just 1 second. What? 1 second. Hello, sorry about that.
Yes,
Just
no
had
problem.
a delivery. Okay.
So I tell you that I call this routine after a init template setting.
Okay.
So definitely I replace your code for my code for this. Yeah, that's all. It's more or less the same. And I make the populate here after init setting.
So, just can I see it running again, please?
Sorry, running again?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
So you press it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never. It's like the settings aren't turned on. You shouldn't see the steps, as you say. There's no point, no reason to see the steps. But I don't know. I don't know why we get that.
You don't see the step?
Oh, I do see the steps. I'm not sure why you get them.
Yes, that's my question. I don't know why. And in many situations, I have this. First, I see the original, and then I see the mask, for example.
Okay, when you're adding the row, do you add the row and refresh, or do you suppress the refresh?
Let me see. I make a populate after each row. And it's
don't populate after each row. Just populate once after all the rows.
No, sorry, it's after all the row. Sorry.
Okay. Where's your add? Where's add row?
I add. Let me show you. Here.
Get row. Just scroll up, please. Records add. Yeah, okay, you've got that. One of the options you've got in there is repainting, and it shouldn't be, and that's why you're seeing the separate steps in between.
Mm-hmm.
But all I can really suggest is, because you're doing it all, this is all your code. You're adding it raw. You're going to have to basically start commenting some out to see at what point, because it's hard for me to say at the moment because.
Yes, sorry. Here I assign the value. Up I create the record, the row. Okay, and here, for example, I assign the value, the caption, and the value, and after that I set the tag. I put the tooltip. And maybe here, no, because this is this is
okay.
Maybe that, but this is at the end of the loop. Okay, I will
on the global extension.
Yes.
Okay. Defaults. Refresh after role change. So change that to manual. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, try that one, please.
Okay. While it's compiling, did you remember when we see the syntax editor with the docking pane in the first time when you click in the syntax editor, disappear?
That's right, yes.
Did you find some solution about that?
There is a solution. You have to. I've done it with John. I will find it for you and let you know. But it's a trick.
Okay, thank you, because it's very, very uncomfortable.
Yes.
This situation.
Yeah. Basically, it disappears. It goes to one little square in the top corner, and there is a trick you can do. But I'll have to find the code. It was only a few lines, but I'll have to find the code.
Okay. Yes. Wait, my machine is the same, faster than yours.
Mine's terrible today. Terrible.
Yes, I don't know why. But this situation is when we are showing the screen with GoToWebinar.
Oh yes, it slows down, but it shouldn't.
Yes,
it shouldn't need to. But yes, there's definitely something changed.
it's maybe because they have to send the image every time. I don't know. Don't worry, it's the end.
Oh, errors.
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
This application is for test.
I understand.
Okay, products. No.
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 Okay. How many roles there? Can you send me some XAML in an email or Skype, and I will replicate it in a test app here, and then I will send you back the test app.
Okay.
That okay?
Okay. Yes, I will send them the XAML.
Yeah, some XAML just like yours. I'll just repeat the same XAML 20 times, but then I'll be able to recreate here and send it back and see if we can recreate it. If we can, great. If we can't, we'll see what the problem is. Well, we'll have to do some more debugging.
Okay, no problem.
That okay?
Thanks. Yes.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Okie dokie. And we've got. Better bring myself back. Where are we? Make me the presenter. And we've got questions off new user called Bob. Where are we, Bob? There you go. Bob, do you have a microphone?
Yes, Andy, can you hear me fine?
Yeah. Thanks for your patience.
No problem. It was informative. I work for a company that has a very large application, and it's looks quite dated. And we're looking at options to make the GUI look much nicer. And the first option we were looking at, just to get a feel for everything would be involved, is your skin frameworks. I believe you talked to my boss a week or so ago, Todd Wilkins, and we purchased your template, and I'm trying to implement it just in a simple app right now, just to get a feel for it.
Okay.
And having all kind of issues. Now, the one thing that probably clear up a lot of them was there was an old user group webinar posted back in 2009, number 4, but that link is dead. So if that could be found, I'm sure a lot of this mystery be gone.
Well, I can take you through the basics. Take you through the basics now.
Yeah.
What version of Clarion are you using?
We're using Clarion 10.
10. Right, that's right. I do remember now. Okay. Well, one thing I did say on the email was, unfortunately, slow but surely, Soft Velocity have taken some of the capabilities of the skin framework away by applying what you call owner drawn to their controls. Yes, various versions ago, Clarion 6, there was only really sheets that were owner drawn, whereas by Clarion 10, they've applied it to the buttons and so on. But that said, you can still get skins applied very easily to windows, just to give them a bit of a fresher look and feel very quickly, very easily. But you just don't get the full power of what you got with C6 and then C7. They took some away, and so on and so forth. I do plan on speaking with Robert at the DevCon this year. He was very accommodating at the last one, and he had a res-free com for us and so on. So hopefully, he's listening again this time, and we'll see if we can undo some of his some of the owner drawn attributes. But to get you up to speed on this is the folder. So I'm going to include in this.
Now, we don't own the actual framework, but I was going to use the code jock. I mean, and your demo will work on the demo?
Yes.
Code jock?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm using the registered one, but of course, yeah, there's no problem with that. So basically, I will, let's just go and grab a skin so we can, there. In fact, I'll open up a second copy. Yep, I'll do. Let's bring that across. Apart from anything, I can't remember all the settings, so I can pinch them.
Because the demo didn't seem to be having any effect. Is it because I don't have the code jock registered correctly, or at all? I'm not sure. Your demo app.
There's a couple of options to get it to register. Again, we'll quickly cover those as well now. Okay, so we'll go with the report control app, which we were working on earlier.
Okay.
So first and foremost, we'll add the global extension. That's always got to be done first of any of the products.
Yep.
Then it'll say what version are you using, and I'm going to go with one of the predefined versions. You should always really use one of these, and the reason being is if you're using a system called Reg3Com, by using one of the predefined, it knows how to calculate the required files for that version.
Good.
So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say, yes, use the Reg3Com. And it has to be in the working folder. So back to that folder a second ago. And out of my, in fact, I'll open it over here.
When you say working folder, the folder the EXE's in, or the one that you're compiling from?
No, so the EXE, yeah.
Okay, good.
So I will copy in the skin framework, if I can find it.
Yeah, GoToWebinar really does slow down your response time when you're presenting.
I'm thinking so. Okay, so copy that in. So there it is. I will have to put a license in. Now, in the demo one, you'll be fine. You won't have to. So I'm going to say compile the license in. It's just for mine. Enter, and I'm going to enter that when we do it off screen for good reason.
Sure.
Okay, so that's my license in. So that will be the license compiled in. A quick compile. Wow. Just to see what has happened to that folder, and you'll see a couple of new files. Well, one new file and one updated file, and they are the manifests for the actual application. So watch it in the background. Oh, crikey! That's that thing from before. Right, sorry, 2 seconds, because I'm working on the very latest. You won't get that. Sorry about this. Won't be a second. Crikey. Wrong folder. Watching for it in the wrong folder. Okay, after all that, yes, we'll have two manifest files now. Previously you would have had one. You've got the one for the actual exe, and if we open this manifest up, you can see that it's actually added an extra dependency in there called skin framework. And if we open the content, not that you really need to be concerned with that, but that's the actual content of the skin framework manifest reg-free comp settings. Okay, now that's if we do. That's because we use a predefined version. If you use the manual specify, it wouldn't have. It created the empty shell, but it wouldn't create you any content. That's why it's always best to use it predefined.
Great.
Okay, so that gets us. That's so far all we've got is the actual extension, a global extension added. Then you go to your app frame.
Yep.
And you add the applicator. So you should have a skin framework here, skin framework there.
Yep.
Got a couple of ways it can be added, because you still need some kind of mechanism to host the OLE control. So if I've got a toolbar, which I have, then I'll just put it on there, but I'll leave, it will just use it as a placeholder, nothing more, nothing less. If you don't have a toolbar, then you can use apply without a toolbar, and what it does is it just creates a hidden window to host the OLE container. So it's just giving you the option: do you have a toolbar or not? Okay. Then you come to your skin. So then we're going to say, what file do we want? Now, I'm going to choose, where's our folder? I'll go in here, styles, and I know there's an Apple one, which is quite blatant. So we'll have that. And I'm just going to place that in that folder. And I'll say that's the style. Now I'll cover this in a second with you.
Yep.
And then you've got certain options, and we're going to go with a lot, but some of them just won't work on C7. In fact, no, I will turn them off. C7 onwards, which is like I say, a shame. The only other, well, at the moment, that's all you need to do. And if we start the app, then all of a sudden, instead of it looking like here, like so, and our, where's a list? Standard list as a standard Clarion list, like so, we should see that start basically take on the some of the attributes of the skin framework. In fact, there's another window where there's another style which would have probably been better to show you because it would change the background automatically and so on.
So I don't have to do anything with the ActiveX. This will do the OCX will get automatically from Kojak when I run the exe, or do I have to behind the scenes before I run the application register that
not if you're using
OCX?
Not if you're using reg3com, then that will do.
Okay.
Now, at this moment in time, actually, that's not applied. What have I missed? Using existing, don't hide. I did put the style in there, didn't I? Yep, the report control.
Wait, you're getting the behavior I'm getting. Compiles fine, but nothing happens. And that, also with your demo app.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Just give this one more. I'll switch in from the reg3com in a second just to make sure it's not that. Oh no, I did copy it in. I'm going to say, did I copy the actual Kojak file in there? No. I copied it into the other folder. So it needed to be in there, the actual OCX. I copied it into the wrong folder. So now, there you go. You can see. So straight away, it's taken on the theme. And if we went to one of our lists, we need more pinglets. Okay, so it's now taken on the Apple scroll bars. But unfortunately, this with C6 and C7, they would be Apple buttons. Let's switch to one of the other theme files, and I think it's style Office 2010 CJ style. Now, just copy that file, sorry.
Did you have to tell it in the extension?
No, I've not changed it yet.
Okay. Good.
Crikey, this is embarrassingly so. This is a pretty good machine. It's an i7. It's got a SSD boot drive, 16 gig. It shouldn't be performing like this. Okay, now we want to know the settings. Now, with the tool set, you'll actually get a style editor. So you see how these are all associated with a particular application. But basically, a CJ style is nothing more than a Microsoft visual style file, but cut down, because the visual style file can actually change so much more about Windows. It can change desktop and so on and so forth. The Kojak only take a part of it. So you can take a standard Microsoft style file, what you can get off the shelf of many websites, and you can open it in the CJ style editor, and then basically trim out the dead wood. So you can see here, this is going to build basically. So this is how your Windows will look with the blue and so on. And this should, but this is where Clarion started stopping us. The radio should look like this, the check should look like so on. And these are the actual different parts in it. So you have got loads of different parts in there, and they are differentiated by INIs. Even though they're all shipped in one style file, they're separated, they are differentiated inside as INIs. Now, if we don't specify any, it will just go with the blue by default. So we'll do
Oh, whose tool is the skin builder? Is that with Kojak?
that's it. There's
Okay.
So I'll go with that CJ style, and of course you can create your own.
Right.
So just opening this now, I'd expect the app to take on blue backgrounds and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it's a shame that the buttons and controls no longer get updated.
I think they took full control of the settings because it was suffering some flicker, which is great for them, but it didn't do us particularly any good. So straight away now you can see, the window's now changed, blue background and so on and so forth. And of course, if you're using any of these, I could tell this to use the style, because these are Kojak controls. These are still paintable. These are nothing to do with soft velocity. So any controls you're using in your app would skin accordingly.
Okay.
It's just the Clarion ones. So if we go to our list, I think that was a better one. So now you get to see here, although they look very similar as they did before, but they're the they're the standard for that theme, blue background, so on. So very easily you'll have done that to your whole app. And bear in mind, if this was a multi-DLL app, you only apply it to the main exe, and all of the sub DLLs and all of the procedures in the DLLs all get skinned automatically.
Oh, okay. So just on EXEs that the app that has the EXE in it.
Yeah, and that's it.
Okay.
Just those steps we've done there now would do the whole app, because basically it loads it via the exe and applies it to any child window of that exe, including system ones. So if we had a lookup, don't know if there's any lookups in this, unfortunately, but if I was to run the example application which comes with our system, you can see this is the Apple one, and if I go to, say, like color dialog, then that's got the Apple buttons because that's a Windows API. That's not a Clarion window. And the print dialog takes on the Apple. So it's any window that is basically started from your application exe.
Okay. Any Windows desktop or oh great.
So, and that was really it. That's as easy as it is. Yeah. We wanted to call that particular init. I don't know the name of the init, but let's have a quick look. Make sure I get you. So that Office 2010, but we'll have the black one. So we can see here there's I'm not sure it's just black.ini actually of that, but we'll have a look. Oh, this black normal. And it really does. It really does depend on the style file you're using and what you've created. So I can't document that because it's something that's under your control.
Sure.
I think it's normal black, not black normal. But we'll have a quick look in a second. As it doesn't find it, I bet, yeah, it's not applied any. So, because I've just given it the wrong name. So it's still the same file, but this time we want another part of it, if you will.
Now that ini file has to be also an exe file, right? Is it folder?
No. That ini, here's the thing. That ini isn't actually external. It's built into the DLL. They're just cutting it up and sectioning it in the code.
Oh, okay. It's like calling a subsection a include file. Okay.
Yeah. Now, to go one step further, but I don't recommend this, is what you can do is you can actually, instead of creating a DLL, a theme file can actually be pointing to a folder, and all the files can actually be external. So it loads them all, just a bit like loading images at runtime, if you will. I wouldn't recommend it because it's just messy to start with. But you can technically do it that way as well. So that's it really. I'm just trying to see if I can get you that actual name. You can see normal size, but that's called normal black. And I'm just trying to find the actual setting in here. I'll be honest with you, it's a long time since I looked at any of these. Sure.
Yeah, like I said, the big discussion you had on it was back in 2009.
I've slept since then.
and that link is dead, so it was a little frustrating because I'm sure it's pretty much everything you're doing here.
I'm just trying to. It's quite annoying. I mean, worst case scenario. This would be a bit crude, but the worst case scenario is, have I got it on a right click? Yeah, and I've done this many times. Just crack it open with a hex editor, and just have a quick look inside of it. Just do a search for ini.
That sure helps. The ini had me going. Like, where is this ini at?
Yeah, you're looking for a file and going, but it's not here. It's working, but it's not. It's not working. But so if we look in here, Office. I mean, very crude doing it this way. Yeah, that's fine. And just do a search for. Okay, well, I knew there was a black. I was trying to see if you can. No, that's something down much. No, it's got to be something I'm doing here because I did this to get in last week's webinar and the one before. I was on about all the new settings. Yeah, let me show you. One of the style files that they now ship. Let's say report control, and that will come with its own DLL. Yeah, okay. But if we did a search for that of ini. And then you can see here the black theme.ini, and we'll probably have more. Where are we?
They're minimized.
Yeah. So blue theme.ini and so on and so forth. So, and that's how I've done it in the past. So there are ways and means. If you get stuck with any of them, give me a shout. But all the ones that ship. Let me close that. All the ones that ship with the example app. Just have a look in here and you'll see the actual names that it's loading anyway. So there's a really good set anyway there.
Super.
Hopefully that's enough to get you going, get you started.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Andy.
Yep, no problem.
I got a question.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sure, Roberto, I was going to open your mic, but you're already there.
Yes, I am. I was just being quiet like a mouse, just listening. Yeah. Look, I've got a question about. It's probably not not CodeJock stuff, but since we're doing the CodeJock XAML classes stuff, I'm kind of stuck.
Okay.
So I thought maybe you could help me with just one little thing in a template.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to specify a color picker and have the background or the foreground of that control change when you select the different color. And it doesn't do it. It doesn't refresh it until the next time you open up the template section of, you got to exit the template and go back in.
We can
show you.
Yeah, please.
Okay, if you would drag me to...
You are there. Oh, you were there. thought you'd gone.
No. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So this is essentially what I've got my control. Okay, and I'm trying to select colors like this, see, so that I know whether I'm doing the text or the background. And so when I select it, for example, I select a different background color. I'll select, I don't know, gray. It doesn't change the background until the next time I go in. And then I can see the gray. So I want to know if it's possible to refresh these after you come back from the color picker. It would make it a lot nicer looking, you see, and or maybe you can't refresh this, but maybe I'd have to refresh another control, maybe a box. I could paint a box on the side or something like that.
Yeah, you mean, what's your code on that? Have you got anything on the when accepted?
I don't think so. I just did the prompt. Text color here. I just did the prop.
Okay. Well, you have got the.
Here I did the color here, and that's all I did. I just changed the prop font color and so on.
Okay. Well, what you can do in template code is do when accepted.
Not sure. I'm a newbie. I'm learning this stuff.
Yep. Okay. So basically, now, I'm not sure how you're going to get it to repaint, but you could try, I suppose. You want on the end of the prompt, you want comma when accepted.
Okay. So I go here, when accepted, like that.
Yeah, I think you've got too many C's.
And I forgot an E.
Okay. And then open parentheses and the name of, well, I put mine in a group, the name of a group that you want to call. So
okay, group
repaint, something like that.
Text color repaint. How's that? Repaint.
Okay.
Good?
Yep. Now you want to define that group.
So at the bottom, or
yeah. Well, is it all in just a TPL? No includes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, down there.
Or that I can't remember if I had groups up here.
You had some groups there a minute ago.
I did.
Yeah, there.
These are groups.
No, you got a hash group there. Local group prompts.
Oh, okay, here.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a group also. So I just need another group.
Group, yep.
Group. Well, okay.
Now that will trigger. It's what you're gonna do in there if you want the truth. You could try a hash display, but I'm not sure you're gonna.
That display?
Well, yeah, but it's. I'm trying to think.
How do you refresh the? I haven't seen anything of how to refresh like a control or should I just refresh the control display and the name of the control? But it doesn't have a name.
No, you see, normally a display, it's not like a display in Clarion. The display itself will start another, either a blank entry in the template visuals, or it'll be a display prompt and display this, display that. So yeah, you're gonna struggle. I think it might want to be a box that you do.
And so I can redisplay a box and put a prop.
Yeah, you can.
Color or whatever, like prop color on the box on the side or something like that, just to make it pretty.
Yeah, but you might have to do that. The color will be.
Yeah, before I had like the equate. It doesn't look as neat as a color.
Just think you're going to struggle a little on that. But that's how you can do it on the when accepted. But it's going to be along the lines of you're going to be doing. I'd probably have a box. I'd have it displayed at fixed locations, And oh crikey, yeah, you probably have to have another box and see if it can take that the color setting from that variable. Would that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But there's no way to. Let's see, which one did I do?
You can't do another display because the other display would actually prompt for that same variable again.
Is that orange? No, that's not orange. Pink. It changes it now. No, it's still the other color. So it's not working with the display.
Well, yeah, no, just the display itself wouldn't do. But you're going to have to, have some kind of box that you display at a certain coordinate.
Another box. I can't refresh this control here.
I think you're going to struggle because that control is an entry in its own right.
Mm-hmm. Could I change this part of the prompt? Or maybe...
You could try that.
Or maybe if I took the prompt and put some other text there. And here, I don't know why, but when I added that background color to here, it puts a kind of gray on the rest of the prompt. I don't know why.
Oh, right, no, pass. I've never tried that.
Yeah, so it adds this little kind of gray bar on here, and that's kind of weird. You could
make those entries a tiny bit smaller and put a box to the right next to the lookup.
Right, to the right of the lookup here. And paint the box.
Yeah, bit crude, but would work.
Yeah. Something, because I like the visuals. I like putting different, icons and so on. But color, it's just evaded me for some reason. I can't.
Yeah, you see, looking at your screen here, now you've got your text color as color yellow, but only because I saw you select it, I can't read that at the moment.
Right.
So a box might be a better option anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, visually it might make better sense. You're right. Yeah. So that we know what text color it is and what background color it is. And it might take away this stuff here, this gray line that we have here that for some reason, when I change the background color of it, it grabs also and kind of, I don't know, it smears the prompt of it.
Yeah, I can just see it vaguely there.
Yeah. It is what it does. I have no idea why, but it just does it.
Oh, welcome to the world of the template.
Templates,
yeah. I'm just having a look here if I can see anything about the colour to help you out.
Yeah. Or anything about refresh the whole screen.
Don't think you're going to get that. I could have done with that this last week myself, and I couldn't find it.
Right. Oh, well. I thought maybe you'd already done something like that. Oh, you, John, have you done anything like that? Is John gone?
Pass. No, it's still here. Might be on a call or something.
Yeah. He's ignoring us. It's his birthday anyways.
No, guys, see, I'm just having a quick look in here, and there's some things where the code's being generated for you. Oh, that's good, and so on, but it's not redisplaying in it in the template.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably try your box, have it at fixed coordinates, and then basically what you will be doing is reboxing over that same coordinate, if you will, every time you choose a colour.
Right. I wonder if there's any memory leaks with that.
I'd be careful on that as well.
Yeah, if you're repainting too many stuff on a template, I don't know. Whatever.
So.
If I can't get it going, I'll just leave it like that. Yeah. Oh well.
Right, I think we're going to draw it to a close. I'll just quickly. I think I saw David
Watson.
Does he? I haven't seen that. Sorry,
Question.
Oh no, that was earlier on. He was saying excellent.
Oh, okay.
I'll just check. David, you haven't got a question?
No. I was just saying thank you very much for getting the templates ready for us. That was all.
Oh, no,
I'm just very happy about that.
well, they're overdue, but the work going into the other, and also, as I said at the start, because you're going to have to re-specify the actual theme setting as soon as people only get inconvenience once rather than, 2 updates in a row, that'll start knocking confidence, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Andy. So I'm looking forward to getting that resource template done. It sounds like a good idea. Just putting all the settings in one time for everything, basically.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely. So, well, that's got to be out before the DevCon. So within the next 5 weeks or 6 weeks, it's got to be out. So there you go.
So did you see our template, Andy?
The what, sorry?
Our template.
Oh, yes. Go on then, let's see it in action.
So we have a text color, a background color. Let's make it better looking here. Font size, let's go. I don't know, 30 is good, I guess. Just do wrap, and let's do justified. How's that sound? All right. And we compile our little app, and it should create a little XAML box with text in it.
Are you using the XAML label for that?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. And I'm adding all kinds of, border design on it too. We added on the borders. We just add the different methods here, and so we add set border thickness. I'll have all the other ones here. So you just kind of add the different properties on it and create your different border. On the text block, it was a little difficult to add all the properties, so we just kind of gonna add all the different properties that we could get and so on.
Yep.
You can put tab, padding. You can put it bold and italic and whatever. Oh, let me show you something that was driving me crazy that you might run into. So now we got bold and italic and so on, on the text. Pretty cool, huh? And one of the things that was driving me nuts was that all my text that I had here was underlined, even though I didn't have any underline here.
Okay.
Okay, all my text was underlined, and I finally figured it out with the help of Dave, obviously, because my control had underline on it. What that has to do with it, I have no idea. But look at it. See how it's all underlined?
Wow.
And so
there
when
should be
you
no link between the two.
It kind of inherits it or something. It's weird. And so when I added underline on it, then I would get a double underline. See?
Oh.
I thought it was a font. It was driving me nuts. I'm like, where did that come from? I have no idea where it comes from. And it was because the control. And I had that problem with some other controls that I did.
So is that true for the italic then?
I don't know. Let me try it. Underline. There's strikeout. There's italic. Let's try italic. Although I had italic on there, didn't I?
Yeah, you
everything out. I took everything out. Okay, so it should just be normal text. And you work it, and it's italic. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
It inherits some stuff
from
the control.
You want in the template to turn it off then, just in case the user does it by accident. You in the template turn it off.
Huh? I don't know how to do that, but you'll have
it's just the control. It should just be prop. It'll be the
I see.
It'll be the font, won't it?
Right. So take all that character formatting
off, yeah,
so that it will work.
And then
like if I have all three of them on, it should have all three of them on, but they have nothing to do with the stuff that I add.
Yeah, you see that's quite dangerous. The two are not linked in the slightest there.
See, if I add them all here, then I have kind of like double, but it's different. See, now I have double underline and double dash and double italic and.
Yeah, no, well, basically, the font setting of the OLE. So just as you're initializing your OLE, prior to initializing it, just the actual OLE container, change the prop font of it.
Do you do that with your controls too?
No, I've never come across it. It's something I will actually try, though, now.
Right. So you might, somebody that comes across that bug, and I'm like, I couldn't figure it out. I don't have it. I cleared everything. I'm like, what's it have to do with XAML anyways? I mean, how can I send it?
Yeah, so
it inherits some stuff from it.
Yeah, bit concerning that actually.
So you might have to reset some of that stuff too.
Yeah, no, I will. I might try that as a little test.
Mm-hmm.
So you're showing this at CRDC then, obviously.
We're creating it. Oh, right. No, but I could, I guess, if someone in a 5-minute showing or whatever. I don't know. We're building it in our Saturday webinars that we do, Spanish Forum. So we're learning how to build templates and how to use the classes and so on, how to build XAML. And so we're just building it on it. Learning by doing, right?
Of course, best way to do it.
Yeah.
Right, I better. I was going to do a short webinar today. We've actually gone 2 hours 10. That goes to show, doesn't it? Alejandro, I've received some files from you, so I will take a look at that and see if I can recreate the issue you've got. Right, and on that note, I'm going to call time on the webinar. So thank you everyone for attending, and until next week.
All right.
Cheers.
See you.
See you later. Bye.